semester BA English question paper. The question paper is English grammar and usage. I hope you are doing well in your examinations, and I have a lot of blessings and prayers for the English grammar and usage exam. Study well, brush up everything once again, review everything, and prepare very well and go for your examination. Now, let us have a look at the question paper of November 2020. So, we have the question paper here. So, we will look at each of the questions and we will move forward. We have section A. Section A, answer the following questions. Each carries 2 marks, ceiling 25 marks. So when you have question papers where you have ceiling, of course, if you are very confident and you are sure about your answers, you can stop when you are so sure that you have written for 25 marks. But if you are not sure, I would request you to answer all the questions. So let us look at the questions. Let us look at the first question. Classify the words in the given sentence into form class and function class. This is the house that Jack built. Let us write this answer in the answer sheet. So when you answer the question, please ensure that you are writing very neatly and keep enough margin, 1-inch margin. Then put the question number, section A, number 1. So this is just classify the words into form class and function class. So one side you can write form class, that is of course the margin side, left hand side. Right hand side you can write function class. So form class words are house, Jack, and built. House is a noun, Jack is again a noun, and built is a verb. And function class, this is a demonstrative pronoun, is an auxiliary, and the is an article. So question number 1, one side we have form class, house, Jack, built. House, after house you will write a hyphen and you will write noun. After Jack you will write a hyphen and noun. After built you will have a hyphen and verb. Function class side, this demonstrative is auxiliary form of be, then the is the article. So remember, classify the words in the given sentence into form class and function class. Your left hand side you have a column like form class, right hand side function class. Under form class you will write there are 3 words of form class: house, noun; Jack, within bracket, noun; built, within bracket, verb. Okay, and function class you have 3 function class there. This, within bracket, demonstrative; is, within bracket, auxiliary verb form of be; the, within bracket, article. Now we move on to the second question. She had to run fast to catch the new bus. Identify the parts of speech of the underlined words. So we have 4 words underlined: she, fast, new, bus. So you will write down number 2, that is question number 2, in the margin, and you will write down the underlined words she. Okay, and besides she you can have a hyphen and you will write pronoun. We are sure she is a pronoun. Next you have fast. Fast, you will have a hyphen and you will write adverb. Next you have new. New, we know, is an adjective, and bus is a noun. So question number 2, you will write number 2 in the margin. You will write all the underlined words one by one in 4 lines. She hyphen pronoun. Under that, fast hyphen adverb, new hyphen adjective, bus hyphen noun. Now the third question. It wouldn't be much good for us, dash, within bracket, complain to the principal about it. Use the gerund or infinitive, whichever is right, of the verb given in brackets. We know the gerund is the ing form of the verb, and infinitive is to infinitive. So here, what shall we use? The appropriate form. It wouldn't be much good for us to complain to the principal about it. Okay, so you will write question number 3 and you will write the answer. You can just write the answer. You needn't write the entire sentence. No need of writing the entire sentence. You can write the blank area, fill the blank area in your answer sheet. So number 3, it is to complain. To complain. It wouldn't be much good for us to complain to the principal about it. It is the infinitive, the to infinitive. Now we move on to next question. That is question number 4. Fourth one. Stop disturbing the class. Stop disturbing the class. Identify the mood of the sentence and justify your answer. So stop disturbing the class is an order. It is just like get out, close the door. It is an order. So requests and orders come under the mood, which is known as, it's a command, right? Stop disturbing the class is a command, and the answer is imperative mood. The answer is imperative mood. So remember this occasion, this time again for your examination, you will have a similar kind of question paper. It would be just different sentence. Okay, so question number 4, stop disturbing the class, identify the mood of the sentence and justify your answer. We say this is a command, and now that it is a command, it is imperative mood. All right, we have justified that is it is a command and it is imperative mood. Now the next question, question number 5, they adored the countryside. They adored the countryside. Write 2 derivational variants of the underlined word. This question is from Morphology, word formation, and the word underlined is adore, adored, adored. So we have to form derivational variant. What is derivational variant? Derivational variant refers to adding suffixes or prefixes to make a new word. So you have adored, you will write the 2 variants of adored. One is adorable. Just write question number 5. Okay, one of the, you can write adorable, comma, adorably. If you want, you can write adoration, adoration. Even adoration is an answer. So 2 is enough. You can write 3 if you want, but with you, you get you full score with 2. So it is adorable, adorably, adoration. Now we move on to question number 6. My friend had called me up earlier and asked after my father. Identify the phrasal verbs in the given sentence. Okay, you just have to write down the phrasal verbs. So you can write question number 6, phrasal verbs hyphen number 1, called up, number 2, asked after. And when you write the phrasal verbs called up and asked after, you get full score. That is 2 marks. Okay, now we move on to question number 7. Okay, question number 7. Write a sentence using the idiom get out of hand. Using the idiom get out of hand. to get out of hand. Get out of hand means to become difficult to control. To get out of hand, or get out of hand means to become difficult to control. So you have to write a sentence with the idiom to get out of hand, and you can write question number 7 in the margin and the answer. You use this idiom in a sentence, and the sentence will be something like this. Okay, know the meaning of the idiom and make a sentence of yours. So here, get out of hand means to become difficult to control. So we are writing a sentence like, it was the end of the term and the children were getting a little out of hand. The children were getting a little out of hand. Okay, now we move on to question number 8. So put the margin, in the margin you write question number 8. So when you write the examination, please follow. It is good that you follow the order in the question paper so that it's easy for your examiner while checking the paper. It's okay you write as maybe you are confident of the answers, right? But it is always good that you follow the pattern of the question paper. I would request you, if it is just a question you can answer in maybe 1 or 2 lines, leave the lines there and answer. Now we are in question number 8. Okay, develop the given pattern to a sentence. Develop the given pattern to a sentence. So the given pattern is, this is of course from chapter word order, verb pattern. Develop the given pattern to a sentence. Yes plus we plus o plus c, that is subject plus verb plus object plus complement. Remember, subject plus verb plus object plus complement. So we have to have a sentence with this pattern, that is, we elected George president of the club. Look at that. We elected George president of the club. We is the subject, yes. Elected is the verb, and George is the object. We elected George what? We elected George as what? We elected George as the president of the club, and president of the club is object complement. We elected George president of the club. And now we have a sentence with the pattern subject plus verb plus object plus complement. Okay, very easy. Subject plus verb plus object plus complement. We elected Sachin the captain of the team. We elected Sachin the captain of the team, right? Or rather, we elected Virat the captain of the team. That is subject plus verb plus object plus complement. Now we move on to the 9th question. Look at the slide. You can see the 9th question. I'm changing the slide. We have the same question in this slide. Okay, so look at that. No, it is not clear there. So we will have the previous slide. Okay, 9th question. The man with all the birds live on my street. The man with all the birds live on my street. Identify the mistake in the sentence and justify your correction. This is very important. My dear students, you will have similar questions in your examination. Definitely you will have to correct sentences. Now look at the sentence. The man with all the birds live on my street. Identify the mistake in the sentence and justify your correction. So this sentence, okay, what is wrong there? The man with all the birds live. So here the problem is the man is the subject. The man is the subject, and the man should agree with the verb live. So if the man is singular, verb has to be singular. So it will be the man with all the birds lives on my street. Look at that. The man with all the birds lives on my street. Live is wrong, and it has to be lives. The man with all the birds lives on my street. Now we move on to the 10th question. I'm changing the slide. Okay, 10th question. Write any 2 uses of present continuous tense. Any 2 uses of present continuous tense. Okay, first use, everybody knows. The present continuous is used to show the progression of an action at the time of speaking. Example, Raju is reading a book. Okay, you can write question number 10. First use of present continuous tense. It is used to show the progression or continuation of an action at the time of speaking. Example, Raju is reading a book. Now, second use of present continuous. Present continuous is used to show something happening in future. Something happening in future. Example, John is arriving tomorrow. John is arriving tomorrow. Now we have the 11th question. Let us look at the 11th question. And this question is taken from our textbook. 11th question is taken from our textbook. And there is an error in the question. There is an error in the textbook again. Anyway, let us look at the question. So if there are errors in the question, of course, the students will get the mark. It is mandatory that students must be considered. So now let's look at the question number 11. After the flood, the family moved into a temporary shelter. Identify the dependent clause and make another sentence with it. So you have to identify the dependent clause. Dependent clause is the subordinate clause. Okay, so in this sentence, the dependent clause must be after the flood receded, after the flood ended. But with after the flood, it is not a clause. There is no verb there, but it's an error. But we will correct it this way: after the flood receded. Okay, now we have to make a new sentence. Identify the dependent clause. Dependent clause is after the flood receded, and make another sentence with it. What is our new sentence? We will write a new sentence. So instead of the family moved into a temporary shelter, we need to have our own sentence, and we'll be writing like this: after the flood receded, the transport services resumed. The transport services resumed. Now we move on to the 12th question. 12th question: Rahul will be participating in a dance competition next month. Identify the tense used in the given sentence. Very easy to understand. Okay, identify, just write down the tense of the sentence. Rahul will be participating in a dance competition next month. Rahul will be participating. You can write question number 12, future continuous. Future continuous tense. Okay, now we move on to 13th question. Number 13, Rita is smarter than any other girl in the class. Rewrite the sentence in superlative degree. So if we are given a sentence in the comparative, this is comparative because we have than, it is clear that it is a comparative sentence. So a sentence in the comparative degree. So when you are given a sentence in the comparative degree, you will have to change it into superlative and also positive. So let us look at, we have to change it into the superlative. Rita is smarter than any other girl in the class will be, Rita is the smartest girl in the class. Rita is the smartest girl in the class. This type of questions will come tomorrow also. Okay, Rita is the smartest girl in the class. Now question number 14, I am going to get an email with the details. Frame a tag question tag. Okay, I am going to get an email with the details. So whenever you write tag questions, don't forget, my dear students, you have to write down the statement, then comma. Okay, so it would be, I am going to get an email with the details, comma. Now tag question, I am going to get an email with the details, aren't I? All sentences beginning with I am will have the tag aren't I? Aren't I? I am going to get an email with the details, comma, aren't I? Question mark. You get 2 marks. Okay, now question number 15. Okay, if any of your friends do not know about the live program, live session of discussion of the question paper, please inform them. I think it will help you a lot. Tomorrow also you will have same kind of questions. Okay, now we move on to the next question. 15th question. I have met him yesterday. Correct the mistake in the given sentence and justify your answer. This justification of your answer is important. I have met him yesterday. This is wrong. This is wrong because you have two reasons. One is this is I have met him or yesterday, because if it is have met present perfect. Okay, but now that you have the past tense adverbial yesterday, it should be past tense adverbial. The adverbial shouldn't go with present perfect tense. So you can correct it this way. Number one, I met him yesterday. I met him yesterday is simple. I met him yesterday is simple past. In simple past, you can have a time adverbial like yesterday. That is our justification. Otherwise, it should be I have met him just now. I have met him just now. Okay, now we move on to section B in the question paper. Answer the following questions. Each carries 5 marks, ceiling 35. Ceiling 35. So remember, okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 questions. Okay, so 8 into 5 is 40. 8 into 5 is 40. But maybe I would request you, when you have ceiling questions, if you are very sure that you are going to full score, your answers are excellent and perfectly okay, maybe you can just go for ceiling, that is stop after writing 5, and for rather, okay, 5 or no 7 into 5 35. Otherwise I would request you to go for answering all the 8. If you are not sure that you are going to 5 mark for all the sections, just answer all. So let's look at 16th one. Combine each set of simple sentences into meaningful compound sentences. Okay, so here we have 2 simple sentences in each of the questions. We have to combine it with coordinating conjunctions. Okay, number 1, that is A. I will not go to college. I will not work. So this you can write this way. Neither will I go to college nor will I work. Neither will I go to college nor will I work. Okay, neither, you are combining it with coordinating conjunction, neither nor. Neither will I go to college nor will I work. Number 2, she is rich. She leads an unhappy life. Okay, make a compound sentence. She is rich, but she leads an unhappy life. She is rich, but she leads an unhappy life. Or she is rich, yet she leads an unhappy life. Number third one, C. Jan was irritated. She did not say anything. Jan was irritated, but she did not say anything. Answer: Jan was irritated, but she did not say anything. D. Nayana will visit her mom in June. She will stay with her. Answer: Naina will visit her mom in June and she will stay with her. Naina will visit her mom in June and she will stay with her. Next one is E. Study hard, you will fail. Answer is study hard or you will fail. Now we are changing the slide. We come to 17th question. Okay, 17th question. Analyze the given sentence, understand their tenses and convert them to the corresponding past tenses. Okay, so understand their tenses and convert them to the corresponding past tenses. Okay, so here we have some 5 sentences. You have to change them into past tenses. Number 1, A. My sister sings well. This is present tense, so you will change it into, it is simple present, you will change it into simple past. My sister sings well. My sister sang well. My sister sang well. B. She is planning to go to London. Present continuous. You will change it into past continuous. She was planning to go to London. She was planning to go to London. C. Is she studious? This is a question in the simple present. Is she studious? We will change it into simple past. Was she studious? Next, you have D, question number D. Does she visit her mom often? Question that is, of course, present tense, and you will change it into did she visit her mom often? Did she visit her mom often? Now, E, she cuts the vegetables. This is simple present, and be sure about the past tense form of cut. It is cut, 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 and we are changing it into simple past. She cut the vegetables. Now, question number 18. Explain simple, compound, and complex sentences with the help of at least one example each. This is very important. Remember, if you want to get 5 marks, you will have to define a simple sentence and you will have to give at least one example for a simple sentence. Okay, so similarly, define what is a compound sentence, give one example. Define what is a complex sentence, give one example. So I have the answer here. A simple sentence is a sentence with one clause, that is one subject and one predicate. Example, John plays cricket. Now, a compound sentence. A compound sentence is a sentence which has two or more independent clauses. A compound sentence is a sentence which has two or more independent clauses, and the independent clauses are combined with coordinating conjunctions such as and, but, yet, either or, neither nor, etc. And we have the example, Arun likes to play football, but his sister is fond of watching films. Arun likes to play football, but his sister is fond of watching films. Arun likes to play football is the first independent clause. Second independent clause is his sister is fond of watching films. These two clauses are combined with but, and we have a compound sentence. Now, a complex sentence. What is a complex sentence? We are discussing question number 18. What is a complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence which has one independent clause and one or more dependent clause. And okay, remember there is one independent clause, principal clause, which can give an idea on its own, which is complete. Okay, say for example, you will say, you will pass the examination if you study well. You will pass the examination if you study well. The glass will break if you drop it. If you drop it is the subordinate clause or dependent clause. Okay, and now you have written the simple sentence and an example, the compound sentence and an example, complex sentence and an example, and you are getting 5 marks for that. Now we move on to question number 19. Write 3 sentences in the future perfect tense. Okay, 3 sentences in the future perfect tense. That is number 1. Change any 2 of them into the passive voice. Okay, so 3 plus 2, 5. You get 5 mark. Remember, 3 sentences in the future perfect. Of the 3 future perfect tense, you have to change it into 2 of them into passive voice. Let us have 3 sentences. Let us change them into the passive voice. Okay, sentence number 1 in the future perfect tense. Raju will have caught a fish. Raju will have caught a fish. Okay, this is active voice, future perfect tense. We have to change it. A fish will have been caught by Raju. Raju will have caught a fish. A fish will have been caught by Raju. Now the second sentence, future perfect tense, active voice. The students will have completed the project. The students will have completed the project. Okay, we are just changing the voice, active voice to passive voice. The projects will have been complete by the students. The projects will have been completed by the students. One more, Gidu will have written a poem. Active voice. Gidu will have written a poem. A poem will have been written by Gitu. Okay, now we move on to the next question, that is question number 20. Question number 20. Identify the mistakes in the given sentences and rewrite them correctly. This kind of questions we have in all the question papers every year. This similar kind of questions will come, so be sure about the possible kind of mistakes that can be in a sentence. All right, so let us look at the first one. Question number 20a. Can we discuss about this project? Can we discuss about this project? This sentence is wrong. Discuss about is wrong. So we always say discuss something. Can we discuss this project? Okay, so the correct sentence will be, can we discuss this project? Discuss about is absolutely wrong. It's un-English, ungrammatical. So we say, can we discuss this project? B, use of sanitizers are important during the pandemic. Correct the sentence. Use of sanitizers are important during the pandemic. This sentence, the problem is use is the subject, use is singular. If use is singular, are is wrong, and you will write use of sanitizers is important during the pandemic. Use of sanitizers is important during the pandemic. Okay, remember? So you will have to give an explanation for your correction. Identify the mistakes in the given sentence and rewrite them correctly. Okay, now C. Would you like to take part of this game? Would you like to take part of this game is wrong. Would you like to take part in this game? Okay, of is a wrong preposition, and the correct answer is, would you like to take part in this game? Now we change the page. We have a new slide and we look at question number 21. Question number 21. Change the voice of the given sentences. Okay, so we have sentences in maybe passive voice or active voice, and if the sentence is in the passive, you have to change it into active. In the active, you have to change it into the passive. So first one, the snake was killed by the man. This is the passive voice, and the sentence in active will be, the man killed the snake. The man killed the snake. All right. Number two, the cats are chasing the rat. Active voice, we have to change it into the passive. The cats are chasing, present continuous. So you will change it this way. The rat was being chased by the cats. Look at that. The rat was being chased. You are using being there to show the continuity. The rat was being chased by the cats. All right. Now C. Have you finished your homework? It's a question. Okay, have you finished your homework? Question in active voice, change it into passive voice. Has your homework been finished? Has your homework been finished? Question mark. Has your homework been finished? Now we move on to question number 22. Rewrite the following text by correcting the collocation errors in them. Underline the changes you make. Okay, so you have to there are some wrong collocation refers to wrong usages, wrong words are used, right? So maybe some wrong words, some wrong phrases, phrasal verbs, etc. used in the given text. We have to correct it. So let us look at that. So what you have to do is underline the changes you make. Okay. So as soon as I walk away, I did my bed. After having freshened up, I put up my new uniform and made my hair. It was my first day at school and I did not want you to put a sorry figure. So there are some errors there. The first error is as soon as I walk away. It is never walk away. You will write as soon as I walk up. It's always walk up. As soon as I walk up. Now the second error, okay, after having freshened up, I put up my new uniform. It's wrong. You will never say put up my new uniform. You will say put on. Put on means to wear, to dress. So you will underline put up and you will say put up is wrong. It has to be replaced with put on. So you will just write the corrected text in your answer sheet. As soon as I woke up, I did my bed. After having freshened up, I put on my new uniform and made my hair. It was my first day at school and I did not want to put a sorry figure is wrong again. To put a sorry figure is wrong. In fact, the phrase is to cut a sorry figure. To cut, C-U-T, to cut a sorry figure. To cut a sorry figure means to give a bad impression. To give a bad impression. To cut a sorry figure means to give a bad impression. Okay, so you will correct the sentence into I did not want to cut a sorry figure. I did not want to cut a sorry figure. All right, now we move on to the next question, that is question number 23. Look at the question. The simple present tense is mostly used to talk about general truths, habitual actions, and exclamatory sentences with here and there. Give two examples for each use. So remember, this sentence is very, very important. Maybe there is some confusion there. So what a student is expected to do is the student has to give examples for two examples for simple present tense used in general truth. Next, simple present tense used in habitual actions. Then simple present tense used in exclamatory sentences with there or here. All right, or here or there. So now, okay, simple present tense, general truth. Example number 1, milk is white. Simple present tense, general truth. Example number 1, milk is white. Example number 2, the sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. General truth. One more example. The sun is hot. Okay. Now we have. I know my friends are there. Okay, Grace ma'am. Good evening to you. I'm in fact discussing the questions for my students. Right. They are having their examination day after tomorrow. So I'm just discussing the questions to help them do well in their examination. Okay, so now we have habitual actions, simple present tense used to refer to habitual action. Okay, number 1, I read poetry in the morning. This is my hobby. This is my habit. Habitual action. I read poetry in the morning. This is a habit. Number 2, I go to the beach every day. I go to beach every day. I go to beach every day. Again, habitual action. Number 3, third example for habitual action, simple present. Alex goes to church on Sundays. This is the habit of Alex. Alex goes to church on Sundays. Okay. Now, exclamatory sentence. All right. Here is the champion. Here comes the champion. There comes the beauty queen. Oh, there comes the beauty queen. There comes the champion. There comes the winner. Here is the winning team. All right. Okay, so these are all exclamations with simple present, in simple present. Now we move on to the next question. That is question number 24, and this is in fact the essay kind of question. Each question carry 10 marks. Answer the answer any two questions, each carry 10 mark. Okay, so you got to be very careful there. You have only uh, you have to answer only two questions, and remember, go for the easiest one. Here you have 24, 25, 26, and 27. Four are given, you only have to answer two. I'm helping you answer all the four. Number one, okay, read the given passage and list the mistakes in the underlined sentences or phrases. Specify if the mistake is related to tense, concord, preposition, or verb. Rewrite the sentences correctly and justify each of the changes you make. So, what you have to do is just point out the mistake. Okay, what is the mistake? You will write down first the mistake, then you will have to say, okay, what is the mistake? Is the mistake of tense? Is the mistake that of concord? Or is it is the sentence a wrong sentence because of preposition? Or is it a wrong sentence because of verb? That you have to say. And you also have to explain the kind of changes you make, and you have to give the correct version. All right, so number one fine day our family was filled with excitement. My father announced that he were going to buy a new car. Our old car had problems. One of my friend always made fun of me whenever my father dropped me at school on the old car. After deciding on which car to buy, there was a lot of confusion regarding the color of the car. I wanted red while my brother wants black. My father finally gone for white. So this sentence has a lot of errors. First error, my father announced that he were going to buy a new car. The problem is not he, we don't say. This is in fact reported speech. This sentence is in reported speech, and reported speech, it is in the past tense. So if it is we are correcting it this way, like my father announced that he was going to buy a new car. This is he is decided, this is a plan, this is a real expression. Okay, realistic expression. So it will be, my father announced that he was going to buy a new car. So he were is wrong. This is reported speech and past tense. My father announced that he was going to buy a new car. Second error, our old car had problems, is okay. One of my friend always made fun of me. All right, there is a problem. You will always say one of my friends. One of my friends. This is concord. One has to agree with friends. So if one is the subject, one of, in one of expressions, the corresponding noun will be in plural. So one of my friends, one of the students, one of the bachelors. Okay, so it is friends. That is our correction. And now we move on to the next error. Okay, my father dropped me at school on the old car. Okay, on the old car is really funny. It is an error. We never say on the old car. On the old car means maybe on the bonnet or on the roof. So you would correct it this way. My father dropped me at school in the old car. It's an error with the preposition. The preposition is wrong, and it should be in the old car. Right, now we move forward. After deciding on which car to buy, there was a lot of confusion regarding the color of the car. I wanted red while my brother wants is wrong. So sequence of tense, my brother wanted black. It should be my brother wants is wrong because it is reported speech, and it has to be in the corresponding tense, that is simple present. So my brother wanted black. And the last error, my father finally gone for white, is error. Tense, sequence of tense, my father finally went for white. Okay, and with that, if we correct all the five, there are five mistakes. So each correction, each explanation, 2 marks, and we get 10 marks for that. Now we move on to the 25th question. 25th question is write an essay on English morphology. This is in fact an essay question, and write an essay on English morphology. So you have to define what morphology is. And we studied morphology, and we know that morphology is the study of word formation. Word formation. Morphology is the study of the patterns of word forms, word formation. And you have to write about morphology, an introduction, what is morphology. Similarly, you will have to write about morpheme. What is a morpheme? What is a free morpheme? What is a bound morpheme? What is a zero morpheme? And after that, you will have to write about the word making processes. There are different word formation processes, and they are affixation, then suffixation. We have prefixes, suffixes, affixation, compounding, derivation, clipping, blending, acronyms, etc. These are all different processes of word making. So write an introduction on morphology. What is morphology? What is a morpheme? What is zero-morpheme? What is bound morpheme? And introduce all the processes of word making. They are affixation, then compounding, derivation, clipping, blending, acronym, etc. And with examples for each of the process. Write minimum 2 or 3 examples for compounding, derivation, clipping, blending, etc. So also give examples for morphemes, give examples for zero morphemes, give examples for bound morphemes, and that essay will be complete with that. Now we move on to the next question. That is question number 26. This question has 2 parts. Remember, question number 26 has 2 parts, A and B. And you get 10 marks only if you complete A and B. Answer both parts. Your 26 question is complete only with answer to all the questions in section A and B. Okay, so let us look at section A. Change the degree of comparison into the other 2 of the following sentences without changing their meanings. Okay, number 1, India is the largest democracy in the world. India is the largest democracy in the world. The given sentence is superlative, the largest, superlative. So we have to change it into the positive and comparative. So first, okay, largest, large, larger, largest. Okay, so positive, we will use the positive first. Okay, no other democracy in the world is as large as India. Okay, no other democracy in the world is as large as India. Positive degree. Next is comparative degree. India is larger than all the other democracies in the world. India is larger than all the other democracies in the world. Now, question number B. Very few students are as diligent as Renuka. Okay, the given sentence is positive. As diligent, diligent, more diligent, most diligent. So comparative and superlative we have to make. Let us look at the comparative. Renuka is more diligent than many other students. Okay, Renuka is more diligent than any other students or many other students. All right. Okay, very few students are as diligent as Renuka. Renuka is more diligent than any other students, or Renuka is more diligent than many other students. Next is superlative. Renuka is the most diligent student. Renuka is the most diligent student. Now, the third one, C. The Amazon is the world's largest rainforest. Largest is superlative. The Amazon is the world's largest rainforest. Superlative is the given. Comparative and positive we have to make. Comparative. The Amazon is larger than all the other rainforests of the world. Okay, the Amazon is larger than all the other rainforests of the world. Now, the positive is no other rainforest is so large as the Amazon. No other rainforest is so large as the Amazon, or no other rainforest is as large as the Amazon. Now, number D, okay, no other boy in the class is taller than Matthew. The given sentence is comparative degree. We have to change it into positive and superlative. No other boy in the class is taller than Matthew. Let's look at the positive. Okay, Matthew is all right. Positive, right? Positive. No other boy in the class is as tall as Matthew. No other boy in the class is as tall as Matthew. No other boy in the class is as tall as Matthew. That is positive. Now, the superlative. Matthew is the tallest boy in the class. Matthew is the tallest boy in the class. All right. Now we come to the next one. E. Hannah is smarter than any other girl in the group. Hannah is smarter than. The given sentence is in comparative degree. We have to change it into the positive and superlative. Well, let's look at the positive first. No other girl in the group is as smart as Hannah. Or no other girl in the group is so smart as Hannah. That is positive. No other girl in the group is as smart as Hannah. Now, the superlative. The superlative is Hannah is the smartest girl in the group. Hannah is the smartest girl in the group. Okay, now we have to look at the section B. Section B is change the following sentences into indirect speech. Very important. Okay, in indirect speech, change the sentences into indirect speech. Okay, direct reported speech. F. The police said nobody can solve the problem. All right, the answer. The police said that nobody could solve the problem. The police said that nobody could solve the problem. G. They said, let us come in. This is very important. Sentences having let us. They said, let us come in. They told that, let them be allowed to come in. They told that, let them be allowed to come in. Now, the next one, H. Hiba said to Alex, Rohan will leave for London tomorrow. Hiba said to Alex, Rohan will leave for London tomorrow. Answer. Hiba said to Alex that Rohan would leave for London next day. Tomorrow will become next day. Hiba said to Alex that Rohan would leave for London next day. Now, the next one. My friend said it's too late. Answer. My friend said that it was very late. My friend said that it was very late. J. The teacher asked me, did you do your homework? The answer. The teacher asked me if I had done my homework. Look at that. The teacher asked me. This is already in the past. So if the reporting verb is in the past, the reported speech will go double time into past, right? So the teacher asked me if I had done my homework. Now we come to the last question. 27. Rearrange the jumbled words given below to form meaningful sentences. Then identify the tense of the sentences. Remember, 5 sentences, jumbled order, arrange them in the meaningful order, then mention the tense of the sentence. Okay, first one, A. Railway left reached the day train station already when the had. Answer, the train had already left when they reached the railway station. Repeat, the train had already left when they reached the railway station. This is past tense. Okay, past tense. The train had already left when they reached the railway station. The independent clause is in past perfect tense, and subordinate clause in the simple past. Number 2, that is B. Forgotten phone the she car has in mobile her. A right order. She has forgotten her mobile phone in the car. The tense, present perfect. She has forgotten her mobile phone in the car. Present perfect. C. Since trying, have, solve, I, problem, morning, been, to this. Answer, I've been trying to solve this problem since morning. I've been trying to solve this problem since morning. Present perfect continuous tense. D. Are the people many to today pandemic indoors due staying? Correct order. Many people are staying indoors today due to the pandemic. Many people are staying indoors today due to the pandemic. And this is, of course, present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. And now E. For will or Sita this running be president? Answer, Sita will be running for president this year. Sita will be running for president this year. That is future continuous. Okay, so with that we come to the end of the discussion of all the questions in this question paper. And if you have answered it like this, you will get 80 marks. That is full score. All right, and with your 20 internal, it is going to be 100. 80 plus 20, 100. Okay, so I wish you all the best. Do very well. Go through your textbook, go through the notes, then again just maybe work out more question papers and write neatly and get full score in your examination. Thanks a lot for listening to me. May God bless you all. Bye-bye.